I want to get into this Paul Pierce shit, bro. Have y'all seen?
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
I'm about to say, I know Dom has to leave a little early for this pod, so we got a time constraint. So I want to get into this Paul Pierce talk, bro. So for the people who don't know, Paul Pierce was on IG Live a couple weeks ago. A couple days ago. And he was playing poker, had strippers in the back, was high as hell, in front of 300 live viewers. And then he got clapped by Disney / ESPN. Got fired, and then a company called Cam Soda. If you look them up on IG, they're like a adult company type shit.
They're a cam service.
I didn't know. I literally just looked them up today. So they're a cam service.
Oh, I know about Cam Soda.
This dude right here. And they reportedly want to throw Paul Pierce $250,000 to be a NBA analyst on their platform and have strippers in the back. So this has been like the wild story of this week.
Strippers?
Yeah.
Yes, strippers.
So Paul,
maybe more.
So Paul,
maybe more.
Imagine Paul Pierce doing a live stream talking about NBA takes, smoking weed with strippers in the back.
Don't that nigga got kids and shit?
That's also what I want to like. I know he's. I thought he was a family man. So like, I don't know. My whole perception with Paul Pierce has just changed the last couple of years. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, so first of all, how old is his kids? That's one.
Less than 10.
Less than 10? Damn.
Hey, married.
Okay.
He's not divorced.
I don't know, but
no. He's married, and his wife was with she was in lingerie at the little thing he was doing.
That's what's up.
So she's with it. Like his wife's with it, apparently.
okay.
But my thing is, I mean, regardless if you're a family man or not, if Cam Soda is willing to throw you 250 bands and that's your price, I mean, Paul Pierce, we can easily say Paul Pierce doesn't need the money.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and I don't know what he was getting paid from ESPN. So if that's way better than what you was making on ESPN, why wouldn't you do it? You get to be way more lenient, have way more fun. You still get to say dumbass takes about basketball, like how much better you are than Dwayne Wade and shit. So, I mean, it's a win-win. Now, if they're not paying you as much as ESPN, there's no reason to do it. Like that.
Yeah.
But that's not really fair though, because
What?
because think about it. You think Barstool's gonna have the bank to throw the bag that ESPN can throw at Paul
Yes.
Pierce?
Not as
I
much.
would think
Not
so.
not as much. I don't think. But if that comes with more freedom to talk about whatever the fuck you want, and paid strippers in the back, I'm taking it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, but we're looking at
Actually,
it
I'm
like,
not. My girl watches a pod. But, you know, hypothetically, if I was Paul Pierce,
Hypothetically. In
hey,
GTA.
GTA,
GTA.
hey,
But like, we're looking at it like, of course we do it. We talk about sports, it's fun, all that. Strippers, you know, it's cool. But what if to him it's just like, and I'm not even gonna lie, by the way, you say he only had 300 something viewers?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty low. What the hell? Don't he got?
That's
like,
what I was thinking too, but I wasn't gonna disrespect him like that.
See, that's a conversation I want to have, cause when I heard the 250,000 check that Cam Soda is willing to throw Paul Pierce, Pierce, let's just say as a content creator, cause that's really what it is, right? They're judging Paul Pierce off of his platform right now and the value he can bring to Cam Soda, the company. Paul Pierce as a creator right now, with 900,000 followers on IG, is pulling 300 on a live. And per photo, I'm on his IG right now, we're talking 10,000 likes, 15,000 likes. So all I'm saying is, if the standard for a 250,000 bag is 300 live viewers on IG and 10 to 15,000 likes on a IG photo, and I get that Paul Pierce has a established name, he's obviously way more popular than a lot of us, but if 250,000 is the worth of Paul Pierce, then what does that say for the worth of a Kenny to a company like that?
I don't think they're looking at it from. I don't think they're looking at it from that standpoint. I think literally all they're thinking of is it is a former NBA player who, if anything, can draw headline attention, and it's publicity,
Especially right now.
publicity, but and it's something for them to really like capitalize on because they know they're not paying him that to get his likeness and shit like that because of his platform. They're paying him that and trying to get him on because he was fired from ESPN. It created headlines, and no matter what happens, they know for the first episode at least, because you know Paul Pierce will say dumb shit and fuck it up. That first episode that he does, if he's with them, doing way more than 300 fucking viewers because of controversy. It's gonna do. They're not looking at that. They're just thinking of how can we make the best of this situation, especially with strippers in the background. Who's not gonna go watch strippers? Like even if you're not there to listen and be stupid, still strippers in the background.
And I understand that.
More strippers.
I understand that, right? Because let's say again hypothetically, we're just saying Kenny right here. If Kenny was in that situation, and let's say hypothetically he's signed with Cam Soda, which is wild. I think you obviously can't make the headlines that you could if Paul Pierce did it because Paul Pierce is an ex-NBA player. He's a Hall of Famer. You can't make those headlines. So, but at that same token, I feel like Kenny, with his platform, or really any content creator that's pulling more than 300 live viewers on an IG Live can pull on a platform like Cam Soda. I feel like that cancels out. So,
I mean, again, if they're looking at it for a person's platform, like obviously Kenny would blow him out the water in terms of how big his platform is individually. But Kenny's name, at least to the mainstream, isn't as big as a Paul Pierce. Like regardless, like to us, people on the internet, YouTube people, like people in the know, like our era type of people, our generation type of people, we know Kenny. Kenny's probably a bigger name to us than Paul Pierce right now because what the fuck is Paul Pierce other than a hot take at this point? Like Kenny would be bigger to us, but the Cam Soda, the people that run Cam Soda, they're not. At least I wouldn't believe they're keeping up with all the hippest YouTubers. Like
no, but that's what I'm saying though. At the core, they're a social media company, so obviously their goal is to get as much engagement on their platform as possible. Not only that, but get fucking users that will stay on their platform. So,
but maybe they're looking at it like.
But
maybe they're looking at it like like Dom said. Also, it's a hot topic right now. Recent situation that people are talking about, but also maybe it's like they're trying to do something different because obviously the strippers in the background, that's a different approach from like normal sports shows. And maybe for all we know, Paul Pierce is going to get another co-host, who knows? And then, they might have more in store. And also it's a different feel from other sports shows. Like for example, Gilbert Arenas, like when he does his stuff, it's a different vibe than like other sports shows and other sports podcasts and stuff like that. He just talks about it in a different way, and he's no filter type of thing. So maybe Paul Pierce is going to have more control. We're going to see a different side of Paul. Maybe he might not even say wild shit because he's not working for ESPN no more. He don't have to say wild takes all of a sudden. So who knows? Maybe we're going to see a different side. They have some other stuff in store. Yeah. And even if worst case scenario for Paul Pierce, he gets 250,000. They run like 8 episodes and then they cancel it. That's it.
You got the bag. It don't
matter. Quick bag, bro.
Quick bag. Get the hanger strippers. Smoke weed on camera.
All I'm saying is, if hypothetically he is the bar, and I know a lot of it is because it's trending, what does that mean for the creators that have more pull than Paul Pierce right now as a social media personality? If Paul Pierce is 250,000, then a lot of creators might be worth 150,000. And in that case, I feel like
I see what you're trying to say. Yeah.
That's really what I'm getting at. If Paul Pierce is 250,000, then I know when creators get a 50,000, 60,000 bag, that's already ridiculous. But my question is that still being underpaid?
I mean, but to be fair, Paul Pierce is still Paul Pierce. He's still a champion in the NBA. I'm not saying we like the guy. Don, why are you looking at me like that, man? I ain't saying it's buddy, but I'm just saying the bro is still a champion. He's a Finals MVP that he didn't deserve, low key. But it is what it is. And
understand that. So let's lower the bar from 250K to let's say 100K less, and say it's 150K. A lot of these sponsorships unless you're David Dobrik, Logan Paul, who's at the top of the top, you're not getting a bag of $150,000 for a sponsorship.
Even 100,000 is very fortunate.
That's what I'm saying.
That's really good.
100,000.
Actually, well, I'm not. Well, I was just thinking. I'm not speaking on the sponsorship shit. I don't know shit about sponsors. But what I would say is, I mean, shit, Kenny, look, nigga, hit Cam Soda up, nigga, get a bag. Like at this point, like, a closed mouth don't get fed. Like they reached out to Paul Pierce because situation and timing. Like he's literally has strippers around. He's an NBA player. He got fired from his job for doing it. You are a cam girl site during COVID. I mean, they put the olive branch out there just for headlines. All I'm saying is, if other creators are seeing that, they're like, shit, y'all want to get this nigga that. And they bring up the analytical side of it. Like, he only brings in 300 people with 900K. Like, I'm pretty sure Cam Soda ain't thinking shit about that. But when you go to them and say that, they look at their numbers and be like, this motherfucker right. But Kenny come up and be like, look, man, I do 1,000, 1.5 on Twitch alone, that YouTube platform. Matter of fact, I'll go live right now and just tweet it out and see how many people come in. We can see if I get more than 300. I'm just saying, Kenny, the ball in your court, blood, like man.
The fact, I'm sure Kenny could go on. I'm sure Kenny could go on Instagram and get more than 300.
Yeah, but not even Kenny, just like
for a fact.
creators of his size, bro. That's really what I'm getting at, bro.
Creator smaller than him.
Creators smaller than him, bro.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
This nigga,
True, yeah.
this niggas with 60K on YouTube right now that will go on Instagram and get you more than 300 bucks. Stop.
The fact,
People way
the
smaller.
fact, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Why did he only have three? Well, Paul Pierce.
Because it's Paul Pierce. That's why.
Motherfuckers don't care about
No.
historical basketball. That goes back to our first topic, bro. They don't care about historical basketball. Come on now.
Hey, y'all
From
think-
2007. Oh my
Y'all
god.
think it was wrong for them to let him go?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Well,
I agree.
I think it's understandable because ESPN is owned by Disney, and Disney is a very PC company. They have an image to bring up. They're based off of, kid friendly shit. They're the OG ad friendly company. You know what I'm saying?
But I heard that's not what. I heard that's not really
His contract was
reason
up, right?
why. I heard that I heard his contract was up, so they just didn't re-sign him. I don't think he got fired, but also that apparently some COVID rule he broke or something like that.
Yeah, because niggas didn't have no mask. So obviously,
No, I didn't know about
anytime during the pandemic, that's just anything. That's the first thing I thought of when I seen it. Like at first when I seen it, I just seen a screenshot and it he was crying on live. So I'm like, shit, the fuck is Paul Pierce crying on live for? Nigga finally realized he ain't better than Dwayne Wade. But then I found out he's partying with strippers, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then my first thought was, he ain't have no mask on that screenshot. Oh shit, is that why he's canceled? And then niggas is saying all other shit. But yeah, during a pandemic still, because we still are in the pandemic, if you're hosting
Panoramic.
shit, like having a whole gathering at your fucking $1 million mansion in fucking LA, and you got strippers shaking ass, niggas throwing poker chips at strippers, and no one got masks on in the video, you're definitely getting canceled. Like that's the surefire way for get backlash.
Especially if you
in
work for Disney.
2021.
Especially if you work
Especially
Yeah.
if anybody, any celebrity, anybody that's viewed as a celebrity or content creator, influencer, whatever, anybody with a
Yeah.
following, if you do anything in 2021 in public with no goddamn mask, party wise, they coming for your neck. Like
Yeah.
that's,
It's a fact.
that's just how it works.
And I think I know not many people watch football, so this is a different subject here. But it even reminded me of the Dwayne Haskins situation. Like people were saying that they forced by cutting him when I think their coach just recovered from cancer. And this guy went to a whole strip club, no mask on, seeing the strippers and all of that, and he got cut the next day. Like, no shit, you're gonna get cut. You went into a strip club, no mask, and your coach just recovered from leukemia.
That's Ron Rivera, bro. Yeah, he literally just bet that shit too.
That situation itself, and obviously not everybody is going to be around people who just recover from leukemia and in that situation. But that situation should show people these companies are not going to joke around. And he's the second. He was a first round pick, and he's only in his second year.
Yeah.
So he has some, even though he's not great. I know Dwayne Haskins not that good, but he has some value. So that should show. And they just straight up cut him. They didn't even trade him. They cut him. So that should just show people.
The one thing that does scare me about social media, at least because me and Mustard, we got platforms. I don't know what Mustard your plan is right now, but I'm trying to do this full time. If hypothetically I would try to go back to or go to a more corporate job, I am scared that they gonna go back to 2020. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yeah, we can't hire you off of this, which is tough. Like, I know they got an image to bring up, but if I'm just like coding shit for you in the background, what does that matter, bro? Like,
It don't, bro. It don't.
so I don't know. It may depend from job to job. Like, if you're working behind the scenes, I don't think they should care that much. It's not like if I was a software engineer at Facebook, went out and smoked, no one's gonna make headlines because I smoke weed. But so I guess it depends on your role as well. But that's something that I do keep in mind sometimes. It's like,
I think
alright, gotta
it's all PR. Like we all know, all public relations. Like, like I remember I was watching a documentary. It was on Vince McMahon. Ironically, I was bored, and I watched it. And he apparently was under oath once, and they asked him. Now we all know Vince McMahon, businessman. They asked this dude, "Why do you do, charity work under oath?" He was like, "We do it for public relations." Like we all know, like these companies, when they do stuff, like that's their number one goal. Like they have to think of their image. You think? Let's be real. We all know there probably is a couple people that work at ESPN, and maybe they may not hire me for saying this one day. But we all know there's probably a couple people that work at ESPN that go to strip clubs. You're not stupid.
You don't think before Jalen Rose locked up, was it Joy Taylor or Molly or I think it's one of them. I think it's Joy.
No, it's Molly. He's with Molly.
Yeah, it is Molly. It is Molly because Joy's with
Earl Watson.
Like you don't think like before all of this he wasn't going to strip clubs? Like come on, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. Like we know.
Well, now you don't need to go to strip club no more. You got Molly to do some dancing for you at the crib.
I'm sure, like the ESPN. And what's crazy is ESPN had they employ Matt Barnes, right? I've seen him on ESPN a couple times.
Yeah,
and he's talked on All the Smoke. I don't know if he's done it, but I've heard him talk on All the Smoke about smoking weed.
But that's the thing.
So,
since he's done
smoke weed on All the Smoke.
But since All the Smoke, has he been back on ESPN? That's the question.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. I think so. So.
Yes. He's appeared.
And Steven Jackson has been on Fox too. I've seen Steven Jackson on Fox.
Yeah, I've seen both of them. Yeah.
Well, I will say this: they haven't done because of COVID. Obviously, they're not in the same studio, so they haven't done it like. I can't say they've done it recently, and I'm not gonna act like I watch every episode, so I know for a fact. Yeah, he definitely did it like 2 weeks ago. Like I'm not saying that, but All the Smoke, it definitely when they were before COVID and shit like that, when niggas was in the same studio, they legit had an episode where they was with Snoop Dogg and everyone had blunts passing around, and not too long after that. This nigga Matt Barnes on fucking ESPN talking about why a fucking LeBron take or some shit, whatever they got him on for 15 minutes to do.
Well, to be fair, maybe he's like a freelance kind of guy. Maybe like
independent type of contractor.
Yeah, that's what Chad is saying as well. Also, they said Joy Taylor single.
Joy Taylor single.
Earl Watson funneled the bag. Uh-oh.
I thought he was married.
I'm acting like I'm about to do something.
I mean, they could get divorced.
I thought he was too.
Yeah, that's true. They can get divorced.
What the fuck? Hey, but I know.
You can hit me up, man. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Yeah, y'all enjoy the fun, bro.
B-Souls is happily real.
I'm happy. I'm happy, bro.
Hey, man, respect the B-Souls, man. Like,
facts.
I want what B-Souls has, bro. Man,